Growing up on a few acres just outside Mountain Home gave Charles E. Scharlau the kind of start in life that few today enjoy, and one that some can't even imagine. The Scharlau family worked hard, growing much of its food in a 2-acre garden. They raised their own cows for milk and beef, and hogs to provide the family with meat.
Mountain Home was a very small town at the time. There was not a paved road out of the county. The only pavement was around the square. We had a small farm there. It taught me to work and work hard. I think it taught me that you didn't have to be the smartest guy in the world. If you worked hard enough, you'd still get ahead. I remember my first job I ever had was working in the hayfields for our neighbor. I was paid $1 a day plus lunch. The lunch consisted of a fried chicken, and she generally baked 2 chocolate pies, and they'd eat one and I'd eat the other. And I think it was one of the best jobs I ever had.
One thing that made a huge impression on Charles was when the family inherited an extensive library from a relative. Growing up, he read just about every one of those books.
I think it made me realize there was a lot bigger world out there than Mountain Home. And I didn't want to stay there. I wanted to get out and see if I could do some things.
As Charles grew into adulthood, World War II was raging, and he enlisted in the Marine Corps as his way to serve. When the war was over, Charles returned home to Arkansas. His father greeted him at the train with news that the University of Arkansas was delaying freshman registration for returning soldiers, and that he'd better get over there to take advantage.
Dad, I just got home. I kind of want to relax a little bit. But that was a big favor, and he insisted on me going over there, and I did. I came over and enrolled in the university in the fall of 1946.
He went to the university on the GI Bill, taking a 2-year pre-law course and graduating from the law school in 1951. Legendary law professor Robert A. Leffler recommended Scharlau for a job at the company that would grow to become Southwestern Energy. Scharlau went to work there as an attorney and worked in many different positions before eventually becoming its chairman, president, and chief executive officer.
When I first joined them, I thought, well, this is a little small company, and I'll stay here a few years and get enough money to get out of town and go on to bigger and better things. But, I stayed, 60 some odd years. I never left. I just stayed there. I must say that being the only lawyer in a small company is very advantageous to learning the business, because to understand why you wanted to do certain things, you had to understand the business. So I got to know the business very well. And through advice of some of the people I'd run into, they were telling me, he said, you're rapidly reaching a point, you got to decide whether you're going to be a business executive or continue to be a lawyer. And finally it became obvious that I was going to quit being a lawyer, or never really quit, but lessen that and really assume an executive role.
In total, Charles was involved in all facets of Southwestern Energy Company's business for more than 47 years. Much like his father, Charles shares the family legacy of advancing academic programs in a no-nonsense kind of way. He has proudly served the University of Arkansas as chairman of its Board of Trustees.
What Arkansas needs to grow, to benefit all of its people everywhere in the state, is a healthy, educated workforce. And the best way to get that, I think, is through the University of Arkansas system, where it's not only the university here, but the other 4-year colleges and all the 2-year colleges that they have, plus the med school to help health problems all over the state. So that's lately where I've tried to help, is in those areas.
During the campaign for the 21st century, his family created the Scharlau Endowed Chancellor Scholarship and the Scharlau Endowed Chair in Chemistry, and gave to the general and law libraries. In 2011, the Scharlaus endowed the Charles and Clydine Scharlau Chair for Hematological Malignancies Research at the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences with a gift of $1 million. In 2015, Charles created a second endowed chair at the medical school, the Scharlau Family Endowed Chair in Cancer Research, and established an endowed chair in presidential leadership to support the university system. Charles's service is not limited to the University of Arkansas. He is extremely involved, serving and giving back to his community and his industry.
I began to see the need in Arkansas and how we could help people. And where I could help, I wanted to help. So I guess it just sort of grew on me as we went along.
However, no matter what roles Charles serves in, he attributes his success and passion back to his roots. That is when Charles Scharlau learned about a larger world, a world where a young man with humble beginnings could have a great big adventurous life, from war to love to education to business to family to a lifetime of learning and service.